Hey VWE, can you hear me on the computer? VWE, can you hear me? Oh, Jesus. I don't know what's wrong with my PS5. I don't get it. I don't get it. I can hear the mic is working because when I press the microphone, it makes a sound. What's up, Tay Smooth? I don't know what's wrong with the PS5. I don't know. Um, PS5 is I don't know what the fuck's going on. The system just had an update, and my controller just had an update, but I don't know why you guys can't hear me. It makes no sense. Ugh. I hope that anyway. We all saw what just happened, and that was terrible. Too smooth. You're right. It was brutal. Um, yeah, I'm in shock. I mean, they had a point. They had a point to an extent. These guys had a point where we figured Zav Gaming, and the EDP video that just came out. I tried. I don't know if you were watching my. I tried to stream MLB the Show, but my mic on my fucking PS5 doesn't work. I don't know what's going on. The headset doesn't work. The controller mic doesn't work. Um, it's bananas. But anyway, going back to this, when I guessed loneliness. No, you're good, Zav Gaming. Um, that guy had some funny lines. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he had some funny lines. But I think it was more. Now I haven't watched the rest of this guy's videos. I don't know if he does. Supposedly he does that to a lot of people. He just insults them. When you're dealing with that, I mean, there is. I get there. I'm on the fence with both of that. Yeah, he took it a little. Here's what I just don't get. What I don't get about the whole thing, guys, is why he waited until the very end to call the police. He should have alerted the police beforehand. What's up, Tampa Sports? He should have alerted the police beforehand, just in case. But if he had alerted the police beforehand, they would have been there immediately. So that's probably why. Outlaw, it's a mess. Or Rambo, or whatever you are, it's a mess. Um, well, he took way too long. I'm shocked that that whole video was him. We figured that the 34 minutes, at least I did, was 10 minutes of actual interaction and 20 minutes of it behind the scenes. But I was wrong. It really was however long it was, um, with them interrogating. What I don't get is EDP's reaction towards the end. I It almost looked like it was staged. We talked. I forget who said it in the other earlier live stream, where I forget the guy's name, but he said, "What if it was staged?" Don't forget, for some reason, in the video description of these guys, they say documentaries and 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 what's it called? Documentaries and what is it? Skits? Is it skit? I forget what the fuck they say. Pranks. That's what it is. They do documentaries and pranks. So if it's why would they do pranks? What does pranks mean? When I hear the word prank, I hear like McJuggernuts, right? So what I don't get is what pranks do they do? If I'm EDP in that situation, he was trying to slow play them and agree with them, so he was praying that they would leave him alone, right? So they were praying that he would leave him alone. When they didn't, this is just me. I would have ran like hell to my car. I would have run. Here's the other thing I don't get. When they watched him go to his car, why wouldn't they have tried to get his license plate number? Why would they have not tried to get his license plate number so the police would go after him? Think about that for a second, guys. Why wouldn't you do that? They'd watched him walk towards his car and then they went the other way, right? So that doesn't make any sense. And if I'm EDP towards the end of that, I would have run. I would have been in tears. Did this guy really call? How many police stations did this guy call? It seemed like he was on the phone three or four different times towards the end, trying to get them there. So stuff doesn't add up. I don't think Chet really called the police. I don't think he called the police. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense. If you call the police, you wouldn't call three or four different police stations. EDP's reaction wasn't one of, I mean, there was some parts where he's like, please don't call. But you're in fight or flight mode at that point, right? You're in fight or flight mode. You would be running to your car. Overweight or not, you wouldn't be walking casually back to your car. That's not normal behavior. Normal behavior would be to run like fucking hell away from the situation and drive. I don't think Chet called the police. I really don't. I really don't think he did. I think he pretended to scare the living shit out of him. But apparently, these guys, supposedly that girl in the video, who I hate, okay, who thinks she's, Little Miss Muffet, said that they've caught people and their charges are pending for a lot of these people, and they haven't had their court dates yet. So that leads me to believe that they are really calling the police on these people. But I just don't get. I don't get it. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that happened towards the end of that video that just, when you sit back and think about it, it really doesn't add up. If I'm seriously going to call the police, I'd call the police. The police should have been there in 3 minutes. For all the police that are patrolling, they should have been there. Right? So I don't think Chet actually called the police on him. And EDP's reaction when they're, I mean, he is begging him not to. He is begging him not to, but it's almost like, think about this. Your life theoretically is in danger of being over. You're going to go to jail. You don't casually walk away from the people who are about to ruin your life, pick up the phone, and casually call, and he ended up calling Philippe, was who he called. I saw that. That's what makes no sense. This is what's so weird. VWE, you're right. You could see him about to tear up. But then there was no tears. You're about to see him tear up, like his life is over. Yeah, I think he called Philippe. I think I heard him say, because the guy, whoever that other guy was, said Philip. It is really Philippe. Tampa, he did after this got out, he cut ties with him. But at the time of that footage, at the time of the footage, um, he called him. At the time of the footage, he called him. I just don't. The behavior doesn't make any sense. For you to sit there for 45 minutes, for you to sit there for 45 minutes and get this whole thing on camera, who does that? That's not the only way you. Okay, there's only two explanations for why you would sit there for 45 minutes on camera and have all your answers be recorded. That's almost like a bank robber going to the bank, robbing the bank, and then standing there in front of the camera and waving and saying, "Hi, I'm waiting for you to pick me up. I'm robbing the bank. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm robbing the bank. Please come and pick me up. It's okay if you see my face." No one would do that. That's not normal, right? And yeah, we got the shows on TV, sometimes World's Stupidest Criminals and whatever. But this doesn't make any sense to me. You're sitting there, you're admitting guilt, and the only logical explanation, instead of running, is to wait it out and pray to God that you humor them enough so they at the end say, "All right, we caught you. We don't want to ever see you again, or this is going to the police." And there's a blackmail going on. Yes, that's a great question. I'm thinking of doing that. The problem is I don't know if EDP has seen my videos, and so VWE, no. Okay, this is where the cupcake. I don't know if you saw that whole stream. Towards the end of that stream, where the girl's reading all the messages, the decoy says, "I baked all these cupcakes," because originally EDP was calling the whole thing off, and then the girl sent a picture of cupcakes that she supposedly baked, and she was started to cry supposedly, right? And then EDP said, "Okay, I'll come for a cupcake. I'll come." And so, but you don't sit there, admit guilt for 45 straight minutes. Guy then supposedly wants to call the police. He was on the phone 3 or 4 different times. All right, Tampa has a good question, which led me to start thinking. Here's my question. If he called Philippe, how would Philippe knew he was a child predator when he called him in the video if Philippe was unaware of the situation? At the time he called Philippe, the video was being filmed. Philippe had no idea. I found out later from EDP that Philippe basically said you shouldn't have said anything. You didn't really need to say anything because there weren't cops. Then we find out 2 days later. See, this is why I don't think it's a scam. This is why I don't think it's staged, even though there's bizarre behavior all around. Because Philippe put up a video saying he cut ties with them, and you could see the pain on Philippe's face. And either Philippe is one of the best actors that we've never seen before, or he truly felt pain. So that's what I just don't get it. Ball like I'm Kobe. I talked to EDP on Sunday when everything hit the fan. Bengals report no. I talked to him Sunday. I want to call him, but I don't know A, if he'll answer, or B, I don't know if he's seen the last 2 videos I've done. I don't know if he'd even talked to me. So the whole video just doesn't make any sense. The behavior exhibited by both of them. Is that guy named Chet, by the way? Is that bearded guy Chet? I just don't get why Chet would wait that long to then finally supposedly call the police, and he called them 3 different times. 3 different times he supposedly called the police, 3 different precincts apparently. EDP's just walking away casually like he just found out that, you know, he just found out that his blind date stood him up. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think about it. If you were caught doing something you shouldn't have been, and somebody's trying to film it, wouldn't you have run away? Yeah, I know, Tampa. It was. I don't know where I got Vegas from, but it was Bakersfield. Oh, I think so. The guy had 19,000 subs before this. Now he's close to 100 in a span of 4 days, 3 days, 4 days. I look. I saw in EDP's face a look of fear that he knew it. What's up, Christoph? That he knew it was all over. Like he knew it was going up in smoke. You could see it on EDP's face. I'm looking at EDP's channel, and here's the worst part. Okay, his YouTube channel, I should say. He is down, and here's why. Here's another reason why I don't think it's a scam, and it really is real. Because why would EDP sabotage his own channel? He had 2.23 million subs. He's now down to 2.11. So he's lost about 200,000 subs in the span of 3 or 4 days. I'm scared to, Jay. I'm scared to because I really don't want a confrontation with him. Tay, I'm sorry, not Jay. Because I don't know if he's seen any of the stuff I've said. I mean, it's just a whole fucking mess. There's no, it doesn't make any sense. This whole thing doesn't make any sense. The behavior does not make sense. Um, yeah, he is. Chet's live streaming right now, talking to his ex. Hold on a minute. Really? Hold on. So they did call the cops. Like I said, we called the cops on him, and now we are going to proceed and turn it in again. Thanks, me boy, Michael. Yeah. Yeah. Any updates on James Beck? I believe he bailed out. Yeah, but what was I going to say? So yeah, I'll just show you some of the people that have been arrested in videos. So obviously the Nebraska guy right here. All right, I'm done watching this. I guess the extra's gone. So this is real. This is real. This really is real. It really is real. His ex said he treated her better than any guy she's ever dated. I'm sure they must have paid the ex to get on live stream. They had to have. So, Christoph, here's the deal with my relationship with EDP. How would I have known? I'm not friends. I mean, I'm friends with him. I don't think I have an Instagram that I barely even use, right? I barely even use Instagram. I don't know why I even have it, honestly. It was supposed to be for my video game collection, but I got lazy and just didn't give a shit. The bottom line is, I'm friends with him on Facebook. I'm friends with him on, we've hung out. We call each other, but there's no, how would I have known that he was talking to underage girls? The only way I would have known that is if I could see his Instagram messages, right? So I mean, how would Philippe would know more than I would? He's hanging out with them all the time down in L.A. I mean, shit. How many videos has Philippe done? EDP uh, Philippe and EDP or whatever the fuck the videos are. He would know more than I would know, Christoph. So from what I just gathered from Chet's, yeah, the look on his face towards the end when he really was about to call the cops was a look of he was he was. It's almost to me that look. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, guys. A lot of people don't know this. When I was in high school, my junior year of high school, I got cornered in the height near the high school elevator. I got cornered by three dudes with guns on them and knives, and they robbed me. And the look and how I felt at that moment was the same look I saw on EDP's face when he was about to call the police. That was the same look that was the when I got robbed, because I was scared for my life. Now it was a difference because I was scared of getting knifed or shot. Okay. And to this day, when I sit in a restaurant, I always have to see the door. I can't have my back to anybody. Right. To this day, what, 22 years later? But the look and how I felt and the look I must have had on my face and the inner feeling I had was the exact same when Chet was about to press that green button, as he said, to call the police. That was the look EDP had in his eyes. So yes, one of my friends on the hockey team uh, knew I had some money on me, and we don't know for sure, but we believe that he told a couple dudes he knew, and those dudes took that information and tried to fucking rob me, which they did. They got the money. They ended up where I went to school is a Boston City school, and so you had metal detectors in there, and there were police. There were school police that were really policemen, not rent-a-cops. They were policemen, and they ended up catching them. They ran out of the building. I immediately told them I was robbed. I was crying. I went to the assistant principal. I described what I could remember, and they ended up chasing them because they called the West Roxbury Police Department, and the whole police department was around the area, and they were looking for the people. They found them. They caught them. When they arrested them, the guys took the money that they had from me and tried to stuff it into the back of the police cruiser into the seats so they could claim that there was nothing on them. And they end up pulling apart. I found this out later. They end up pulling apart the police car and found all the money and a blank check that I had. Um, here's the other problem, guys. Here's the other problem. Okay, you're asking me, do you feel bad or feel any sympathy? What is EDP supposed to say in the situation that he was in? I want all of you guys to focus on what I'm about to say here. Okay? Focus on what I'm about to say. If EDP says no to all of these questions, like Chet was asking him, are you attracted to 13-year-olds? No. Well, if he says no, then they're going to come back and say, well, why are you saying no? You're here. Right? And then if he says no, they're going to get pissed that he's saying no, and whether they believe him or not, and then they're going to call the police on him. So all he could do was self-incriminate himself to pray that they go easy on him. That's the only thing he could do in that situation, aside from leaving. They railroaded him. That's exactly what it was. It was a trap. But the problem is, even if I was to believe EDP when he says I really don't have feelings for these girls, he wouldn't have been there. Well, Tap Out, he only tried to leave because he was caught. I mean, this is one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's. Right? It's rough, guys. Uh, it's. Huh, I look like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Julio, I haven't. I'm crying right now. This is. I want him. I, there are people. There are men. There are men that get lonely. I want you guys to ask yourself. Correct. Look, guys. There is no. I am not defending what he did. You can't. You can't. There's justification for what he did as far as the psychology part of it. I don't know about that. I mean Tap Out. I don't know. So Adam, I don't know if that's true. The more I hear it, I think he said what they wanted him to say because he thought if he did, he'd get out of it. I agree. Bengals report. When the guy defended murderers and robbers. Okay, so I got what he meant by that. You murder somebody, there's a reason. It's still wrong, but there's a reason. There's a difference between murdering somebody, robbing a bank, and molesting a child. And you don't molest children. I mean that you just don't do it, right? Well, Tap Out, correct, but he was never arrested. If he had been arrested by these fake by Chet, it would never hold up. But he was never arrested. That's a legal question. I don't know. Adam, you're right. You're right. You're right. He said that in the text messages. You're right. You're right. My theory doesn't work, guys. Adam, you're absolutely right. Because if you go back to the messages, he said that to the girl. So it's not like he had to say what he wanted them to say, what they wanted him to say, because he did it prior to that whole thing. Well, apparently, random commenter. Apparently these guys have gotten people arrested before based on what they've done. So apparently, it's working. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to bankrupt EDP. He's going to have to hire a giant. I don't know what he's going to be able to do here because right now the only thing, if this is truly 1,000% real, the only thing EDP can pray for is no jail time, but he's going to be financially fucked. I mean, Chet had some funny lines. He was very Chet was very quick-witted. The other guy was being a little extra, the one with the black fit, whatever the fuck mask. He was a little extra with the whole dungeon thing. I mean, that was, we all know there's no, look, I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty damn sure that EDP would not have thrown somebody in a dungeon. Come on. I don't think EDP would have climbed through a window. In EDP's head, he was trying to be romantic. Like Romeo and Juliet and shit. That was what was in his head. You know? The dungeon talk was him trying to talk like, talk in a sexual way, like a kinky way. But he would never really tie her up or throw her in a dungeon. I mean, I got that. Even I got that. But again, again, no, it's not. I mean, that was one of the most horrifying things, man. I'll message him, guys, and I'll say, look, uh, uh, some of you guys are. So I'll say, hey, some people are still wanting to make sure you're okay, and we'll see if he even responds. But I don't expect him to. All right, he's good, guys. He's just nervous. I mean, that's to be expected. So he did message me back. Um, so he's good. I just messaged him. He's CR7 King. Yeah, I just messaged him. He said he's good. He's just nervous. He's fine. He's just nervous. So Tampa Sports, I asked him about that when I talked to him on Sunday. And apparently it had something to do with the strike on his channel or multiple strikes on his channel. And it was just a coincidence. Wait, what? Hold on a minute. Say that again. The main guy from Predator Poachers said the hard and word with the ER. Hard and word. There was a clip of it on Twitter. He made some toddler pedo jokes. I don't get it. I don't know what that means. So Tampa, to answer that, Tampa, to answer what you just asked, Cheeks, I get it, and you get every reason to feel that way, and you got every correct reason to feel that way. I'm not gonna disagree with what you're saying. It's a rough scenario. Um, I don't know about weak arguments. I mean, look, the horny hippo line. I laughed. I think everybody did. I mean, it was, what are you going to do in that situation? It was witty, but um, I mean, I wasn't happy he did it, Adam Walters. Did I laugh? Yes, because it was funny, but I wasn't sitting there guffawing. You know what I mean? I chuckled because it's like, Family Guy humor when you don't expect it, and the Kool-Aid guy busts through the door when everybody's going, oh no, oh no, oh yes, the Kool-Aid guy, right? So we all laughed when that happened 20 years ago. So it was one of those things. It was quick wit, and of course I'm going to laugh at quick wit, but was I happy? Of course not. Yeah, tap, yeah, that was. I mean, there's a clip of him saying the N word multiple times, and he's a pedo himself. Body cheeks, yeah, bro. Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. Um, I can't. I then how? Okay, then if he's truly a that word, then why hasn't he been arrested? Doesn't make any sense. That's his decoy to shove four fingers up his ass. Wait, what? Yeah, Tampa Sports. I read that. I don't. I don't. Here's the problem. He knows what he's doing is wrong. He knows what he's doing is in society is wrong. And he was trying to. I don't think he was trying to explain it to them. I think he was trying to explain it to himself, really. No, so he didn't mean lonely because of the sub count. Oh, weak arguments. Okay, I know what you're saying, gaming, XF gaming. I took that as he had 3 million people that watch him or sub to him in some form or another. And you're telling me, is what he was saying, that not one person out of 3 million you could have gotten into a relationship with. He had a point there. No matter how ugly, no matter. Look, there are girls right now that are marrying 75-year-old giant Boris Russian looking men who are sweaty and hairy and everything else just because I got millions of dollars, right? So he has a point there as far as what I'm saying. Um, Wait, what? CR King, hold on a minute. He said shove one, two, three, then four, and the decoy was a minor. I saw the video and he said that he needs to do that because pedos want pics and that he's doing it for a good cause, saving others. No, these guys, hold on. And Adam Walters, yes, but she was at my house, not in Knoxville. Here's the problem with that. These decoys are not minors. These decoys are are over 21, and they use a program to make them look like they're young. That's what that is. There's no way that's not true. That's not true. So, um, do you think he has mental health problems? Yeah, I do. I do. Honestly think, and I'm trying to remember when his mom passed away. I think it might have been what, 2014 or 2015, maybe. I think that killed him inside. I think that might be the start of all of this. I could be wrong. But there's, yeah, the girl even said they use a program on her. Yeah, correct. Sandab, that's absolutely right. 2015, that's what I thought. So it is a point. Correct. You may not meet 2 million of the 3 million you have, but the point is there are people out there that you would think would message him and want to go out with him. That's his point. I get what his point was. I don't really, what are my thoughts on Cold Raven? Um, if I had a wild guess, behind the scenes, Cold Raven's probably jealous that these guys are going to blow up like there's no tomorrow, and he's not. When he was the original one to out EDP. If I had a wild guess, Cold Raven's probably sitting there thinking to himself that this should have been me. I should have 1 million subs now and all this other garbage. That's what I think. And he can sit there and he can say, well, no, oh, and all this other garbage. But let's call it how we see it. Is there a part of me that believes that Cold Raven's happy that EDP's going down for what he's doing? Yes. But not in a malicious way as far as just because he hates EDP. He probably, like a lot of people, don't want these predators on the streets. Oh, Predator Poachers gave Cold Raven a shout out. I didn't know that. So then, yeah, but still, there's a difference between giving a shout out. How many YouTubers give out shout outs to their friends? It does nothing for them. They may gain 1,000 or 2,000 subs. They may gain, but it's not going to be like what Chet's doing right now. Dave, you can have a shout out. There you go, bud. Who's Derek Chevin? Is that the cop that killed George Floyd? Let's look at Chet Goldstein's. He's up to 86.9 thousand subs. He gained 70,000 subs in literally 4 days. I haven't seen his penis, Adam Walters. I don't know. What did I think about EDP after what? Okay, hold on. A better point would be for EDP to seek therapy and better himself. EDP wouldn't even meet 1 million of his fan base. It's just how audience work on YouTube. Twitch, yeah, you can say. What did EDP say to you about the situation? He's scared and he's nervous. What did I think about EDP after the first accusations? You mean 6 months ago or now? Yeah, Steve, there's a shout out for you. That's some of this Zaxby's chicken. EDP just messaged me again. Hold on. Wait, what? More evidence, Tampa. Oh, the more the better. What is Tampa saying? Oh, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, that's another thing about Deshaun Watson. It's too fishy. Did sex happen between them? Yes. Between him and these girls, probably. But it's he didn't fuck. I don't believe for a moment that Deshaun Watson forced himself on these girls. I'm sorry. I don't believe that for a moment. A moment do I believe that Deshaun Watson forcibly forced himself on these girls. Absolutely not. I don't. I mean, it's as simple as that. I don't know if he knows I'm streaming. And he just sent me a voice clip, and I'm not going to play it out of respect for him. When you're famous, women want to secure. Yep, that's true. I said the same thing about EDP. What do you mean? What did I think of the accusation 6 months ago? Um, we all know it wasn't. Did you see all the cars coming down the alley when they were filming? Yeah, but that's just a regular parking lot. It wasn't an alley. I think they were in front of the apartment building. Don't want to be. Stop talking about politics, Andy. Don't want to be canceled. What politics? The minute he is leaving Houston, all the confessions come out. It's correct. Tap out. That's correct. Yeah, I got with a girl, Andy, Random, the first of my first real one. Yeah, bro, and they've used decoys and the predators have kissed their hands, etc. How are they letting this happen? Because I'm sure they're finding decoys that are over 21 but look 30. Like that girl who did that shit, okay, I don't know how old she is, but she looks like she could be 17. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure they're finding, you know, decoys that are old, that are technically over 18 but look like they're 13. Did you see the live stream where they interviewed his ex? No, I missed that. I got on as soon as he ended it with him. Nice, bro. Where are you politically and why? That's why most of the time when you're famous athletes supposedly forcing you. Correct. She's 18. What, Raul? The girl in that video is 18. That's the one who thinks she's God's gift to creation. Yeah, no, I know that. I know she wasn't the decoy. She's been the decoy in the past. She's 18. I thought she was older. Wow. I could have sworn she'd be like 23. Huh. Thunder or Pacers? I don't fucking know. Pacers. I haven't bet in a while. King, what's your message? What am I ignoring? Oh, I haven't seen the link. His girlfriend filed a police report on EDP and they ignored it? Really? Raul, where are you getting that beverage of choice? I wish I had fucking something to drink. I think I got water over there. What, is Cold Raven streaming something? What's he doing? Yep, reaction. All right, hold on a minute. I'm going to check that. Let's check out what he has to say. Can you hear this guy? Can you hear him?
Operation, so this has to come right into one entire video. Just to kind of see space and the fact that I didn't want to keep spamming the feed. This one I want to make sure it's the absolute last one. So I gotta say, man, that sting operation, he was lying to his fucking teeth. The entire time, this guy kept lying and lying and lying. And he kept trying to take control of the situation, which is fucking absurd. Like, how are you gonna try to take control of the situation when you're literally doing what you're doing? That's what blew my mind. He was getting aggressive. He was getting loud. He was getting touchy. You kept seeing, kept touching the papers and kept trying to touch them. He was trying to be intimidating. But first off, anytime they check him on being intimidating, he's like,
can you guys hear Cold Raven or no?
Every fucking 2 seconds. And one thing that just blew my mind, like the DMs, I knew they were gonna be gross. I knew they were gonna be nasty. Want to know why? Because I'm the one who read off all the DMs from those 8 other girls. You know what I'm saying? The 8 other underage girls. When apparently there was 6 he admitted to. No, there was 8, and then he got caught trying to meet up with the 9th one, and then there was a 10th one that I never made a video about because she apparently said that she was dating EDP for 8 months. Yeah, I'm not making that shit up again. I told the truth on the other ones. Why would I make this one up? She was saying she dated him for about 8 months. She DM'd me all that shit, and again, that's why I kind of kept quiet about the situation because I knew he was going to fall into this bullshit ass thing with the whole entire sting operation. He was going to expose his ass cheeks to the public, and so he did. So I wanted him to think he was safe. And you know, like everything got blown over again. And one thing that I do want to go over is the fact again he kept lying about the number and that he kept trying to ask for forgiveness. Are you fucking kidding me? You want forgiveness? After what the fuck you've done to so many YouTubers, you blasted, you know, and said all your shit for months.
That was a joke.
Flag this dude and flag that dude and, you know, do this and do that. And you want forgiveness after going after 10 underage girls and trying to meet up with one of them for sex. You want forgiveness. That just blows my mind. But the DMs, I want to go back to those. The one that made my stomach fucking, you know, this one made me like, I looked at my fucking brother because we was watching it, and I looked at him and I was like, what the fuck? Because there's some shit that you just hear and you're like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this one, it was bad, man. It was bad, but he said that he wanted to take her innocence away. Like, that one was...
Yeah.
Like, you acknowledge the fact that she's underage.
Yeah.
You acknowledge the fact that she's innocent.
Yeah.
You just acknowledge the fact that you want to take advantage of her. All in just one sentence. That has to be the sickest, most fucking disgusting shit
I agree with this one.
I've ever fucking read.
I agree with him.
it's one of those things where you just sit there and you just look at somebody and you don't even say nothing. You're just like,
I agree with him.
trying to confirm on whether you heard that shit. Like, it's one of those type of things. Like, I want to unhear it. I don't want to hear that. And the fact that he came up there, like, I just came here for a cupcake. Don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit me. I hate it when people try to bullshit. You try to bullshit me for months. You came there for a cupcake after you said you want to crawl in her window, throw her in a dungeon. You want to take her innocence away. But, ooh, cupcake with frosting and Skittles. That's what I wanted. That's what I came there for. Bullshit. I hate the fact that he's still lying to the bitter end. He's one of those people. It's that corner dog mentality. We're just going to keep put them in that corner, and they're still going to keep on trying to play that like dog. Look at all the evidence. And he admits all the evidence, which just blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, check this out. That happens because I speak fast, so I swallow a lot of air. Pause my homo. But then the part that also fucking got me is the fact that he came out there again and he was crying. He was like, "Oh no, call the cops! Call the cops! Like, you don't get that choice. You don't get that choice. I caught you not once, not twice, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but 8 times. You had 8 chances to turn this around. You didn't have just one opportunity. You had 8 opportunities. And then you got a 9th opportunity. And all 9 opportunities, you took them. You took all 9 opportunities. So I was like, oh no, he's just going to change people. He's just going to change. Which I kind of have a suspicion on what's going to happen. He's going to take a year or 2 off of YouTube, come back and be like, look guys, I got rehab. And then those same families are like, look, EDP is better now. We can all go back to supporting him. Here's a $200 joint. I'm calling that shit right now. I know he's going to come back. He has no shame. This guy does not give a fuck. He was laughing throughout the interview. But then as soon as they brought the police, he was like, no. And he started walking away with his turkey ass legs and shit, running to his car, waddling and shit, which is just disgusting. Like, you saw the front view of this motherfucker? Like, yo, his tits had stomachs. And he had that hanging over his stomach that was hanging over his vagina. That shit was fucking disgusting. He's so fat, he got a turtle shell on his back. This motherfucker had a pack of sausages on the back of his neck. So I'm not surprised he go after these kids. He don't get what he can get. It's like when these hobos and these homeless motherfuckers always go into the trash. They're just trying to get what they can get. They don't give a fuck if it got mold. They don't give a fuck if it got blood on it. If there's a period fucking condom covered in that fucking sandwich, they won't eat that sandwich anyway because they're hungry. So he's gonna try to get what he can get. And it just absolutely fucking disgusts me that he even admitted on tape. He admitted on tape that he has a thing for underage girls. There's no curing that. Because if you know the science behind it, it's the way your brain is formed. But the point is, he acted on it. He acted on it. Not once, but 9 fucking times. Again, man, when it came out to those DMs, they were fucking disgusting. They were disturbing. But again, I saw shit like this because, again, I was the one who exposed the other DMs. So I've seen shit like this. But that innocence line was one that was like, yo, jumping fucking hula hoop Jesus, Mother Mary the Virgin doing a handstand, fucking Allah flying an airplane. That shit just blew my holy shit. That probably sound a little bit fucked up. But that just blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? Just any religious, person that you can think of doing some crazy shit. Great Buddha fucking doing a barrel roll. I don't know what you want to say, but at the end of the day, that shit blew my mind. It blew my mind. Honestly, I just never seen some shit like that. That one innocence line I still like, and he wants to sit there and be like, yo, when that 15-year-old girl DM me, I almost lost my lunch. But then you try to fuck the You see, the whole entire situation was not about him feeling bad. It was about him feeling bad that he got caught.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Why do you think every time they cause came by, like, shh, shh? Because you know what would have happened in California if he got caught with that shit? Shh. Oh, God. Oh, my God. And on top of that, please don't call the cops. Please don't call the cops. But you a tough guy, right? Tough guy. I thought you was going to come there with heat. Just like you threatened that other underage girl. Remember when you threatened her? Yo, if I find this on YouTube, I'm going to come after you. You threatened this girl. It's going to get messy. But this is cops over here. So you threaten people. And then what happens when you get approached? You fucking put your back against the wall and you're like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. The whole entire time. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Again, the fact that he got away with this so long does bother me. The fact that people do see what it is now, does make me have an appreciation, though. doubt. I'm not gonna hold, no bullshit. I'm not gonna hold no grudges. I know people are spamming my DMs and spamming me on Twitter and spam me in the YouTube comments like, I'm sorry, Cold Raven, I apologize, blah blah blah, this that. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? If it pissed me off, I'm still a little bit. I'm not gonna front. I'm still sour about the situation because again, it's like one of those people that are preaching to the death. And I'm showing you guys the evidence, but then people are like, "Oh, Matrix helmet on," and just want to wait for me. But at the end of the day, hopefully this shit's completely over. I hope he gets locked the fuck up. I hope he does about at least 20 years. You need that last 20 years, man.
He's not getting 20 years. Come on now.
20 to 30 years.
Come on, that's come on.
If I could sentence you, like, because people like you don't deserve.
He did not get arrested yet.
You don't deserve to be on the streets. You got caught not once, but 9 fucking times. Technically 10, but I never showed that one because I wanted to keep shit quiet. But again, you're sick. You don't give a fuck. You're brazen, and you only care when you get caught, and that's the fucked up part. And you're like, I'll get rehab, man. I promise you. And I bet if those cameras weren't rolling, probably would have robbed them. Like, yo, I'll give you 5K, and I'll give you 5K, and we'll just call it even. I promise you that would have happened. I fucking promise you. I know for a fact, man. Because again, you may be a fat fucking beaver. Don't get me wrong. You may be a fat motherfucking beaver, but you sure are like a little weasel. You sure are a weasel when you come away with this bullshit. No doubt. So my thoughts on the DM, disgusting. I've seen most of it. The innocent side made me sick. Again, one entire video that he had, he was acting brazen, lying, bullshitting these guys. This is my first time. Well, I've never done this before. This is my second time. It's your ninth time, buddy. It's your ninth time. As far as we know, technically 10 because again, didn't expose the last one, but it could be like 15 to 20. It could be 100. We don't know. And one last thing I do want to add to this video before I end this shit. You would say that this started 8 months ago. That is completely untrue because there were DMs that surfaced of you doing this shit in 2018. This ain't start. This started 3 years ago. These DMs surfaced in 2018. You've been doing this for 3 fucking years. 3 years. You've been at this for 3 fucking years. So, you can bullshit some people, but you're not going to bullshit me. Now, with all that being said, take that extra on with you. That's the end of the video. Like, favorite shit, most with the comment, and subscribe. I'll go back to fucking content and enjoy myself.
Well, I think he wanted to. Managed device rebalance notification? What the fuck is this? Whatever. All right. Real quick, let's see what EDP's at 2.11 million. And Chet's at 87,500. So that's the drill, everybody. I didn't text him. I didn't ask him that. And truthfully, Fadeaway 96, I really don't think he would only feel remorse for getting caught. And so that's why I want him to get help. I want him to get help, guys. The bottom line is I don't think in his head he knows it's wrong because everyone says it's wrong. But truthfully, I don't think he thinks that. And that's why I really want him to get help because he really isn't. It's just a terrible. This is just a terrible thing. I don't know. I really don't know. I think there's a part of him that maybe fade away, that maybe he thinks if it cools down and he escapes jail, he may be able to come back. But I don't know. I don't know what's going through his head. He did tell me that he's scared and nervous. Um, and that's where we're at. Is he at least safe? Yes, he's safe. Um, so Carson Lester, he's safe and he's just nervous. Yeah, F-13. I'm talking about EDP. Yeah, Luke, whatever the fuck your name is. He's scared. I'm sure he's scared about going to jail. He didn't specify that he's scared of going to jail, but I'm sure that's what it is. Um, Here's another thing about this video. I just don't understand. Think about it. Chet could have easily gone off in the middle of this and called the police while the other guy interrogated him, right? But he probably figured if he did that, EDP would just get out because one of them was a camera guy, the other one was the guy with the scarf, and then Chet, right? So if Chet leaves, there's only two guys, and EDP is going to be able to. The cameraman ain't going to be able to block him. You know what I mean? Sure, sweet potato, I get it. So that's my point. My point is, he wanted to record the video for views versus actually getting him arrested. Because at that point, you already have. I think they went through what 3 cameras. You could hear the guy say, "Look, it's almost full. We're running out of memory or whatever." Um, but what's jail going to do, King? What's jail going to do? He's not going to be locked up for life, right? So he comes out. You're still dealing with the same situation. Yeah, that would have been the biggest epic fail of all time if he had called the cops on himself, right? That would never have happened. Aiden, he probably see. I think you can only be a sex offender when you've actually molested a child. Roundtree, I'm breaking up. Sorry. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. No, fadeaway. I don't think the cops have been in touch with him at all. Hey, Levi. Really? I didn't know that. Okay. So that's not weird. That's not fishy, Tampa. They needed the whole point of a sting operation is to make it go so it's as normal as possible. Had they moved any earlier to meet up, he would have thought that something was up. That's why they took forever to do this. Um, so Tampa, that's my point. It didn't take them a month later. They needed correct. They talked for months because if they had tried to get with EDP earlier, EDP probably they needed to lull EDP into a false sense of security. And once they thought that he was there in that false sense of security, then they went for the move. And if you think about it, it even then might have backfired because EDP on the day he was supposed to meet that girl, he ended up trying to back out of it anyway. See what I mean? Now, sweet potato, I think that could be it, a little bit of it, but I think it's more. Um, I think it's more. Come on, I'm not going to call EDP. I did message him though. He did tell me he's okay. I told him that there are people wanting to make sure he doesn't do something stupid. He goes, he's fine. Gus Fring, I don't. Yes, I did buy Dogecoin, and I'm actually happy it's tanking because my goal is to try to get to 100,000 coins, and once it reaches $1, um, sell half, and then fucking have 50 grand in the bank, and then pray the other half goes, does what it does. I have 40,000 coins right now. I'm praying it goes down even more to about 15, 18 cents, and I'm going to try to buy as much as I possibly can. Yeah, King, I agree with you. This is the whole disgusting thing of this is yes, his mom is probably rolling in her grave. Good for you, bro. Go to a channel, Kuda the Nerd. He shits on shit's channel. I'll take a look at that. Did he watch the live stream? What live stream? Did he watch the video that he was a part of? I highly doubt it. I didn't see the ex-girlfriend interview. I'm mad I didn't see it. I why would she have gone on there? Did they pay her? How did they even track her down? I don't know. My prediction, honestly, is that nothing happens. I really don't think anything's going to happen. Yeah, I think he called Philippe. So King, he disrespects his dad because his dad, you don't know the backstory with his father. You don't know the backstory with his father. I do. His father, hold on, let me message him something. Let's see if he says it. I can explain. I don't know about Marvin. Um, yeah, I know, sweet potato. I'm sorry. It's fucking this. If I had a, all right, you know what? If I was on my phone, it'd be different. BDB said he was going to delete all his videos, but didn't. Is there a way of saying there will be videos in the future? There's no way. If I had a wild guess, there's no way he's uploading videos. Yeah, I was in Bakersfield. I was wrong about that. I thought it was Vegas for some reason. Your mic cuts. Yeah, I know it sucks. I wish I need my chair higher. Yeah, it's King. I messaged him, and I'm going to see if he wants me to even explain about his dad. But you know what? I'll just tell you. I don't know if he's been idle for a little bit. I don't know if he's Well, I don't know. Okay, so JJ, how did they extort him really? Sweet Potato Man, hey, thanks for the donation, brother. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. What extort? They didn't really extort him though. What they didn't ask for any money. They didn't blackmail him. They just basically said, you know what I mean? Sweet Potato, you're fucking. That was funny as fuck. That was funny as fuck. Donate $1, all of you, and you can buy a new mic. It's the computer mic I have. The problem is the mic is all the way up here, and I'm all the way down here with the stupid chair. That's the problem. That was fucking hilarious. Sweet potato, I'll give you props on that. That was funny. Is it better now? The volume? No, he didn't. I didn't mention the video. Really? It runs absolutely awful on last gen consoles. That's strange, considering it's not a PS5. Joe 3P, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. I'm probably $38 to $50 away from a mic. Thanks, man. Eagles, I'll get to you in a minute. TWD fan, it's interesting because I was told that the PS5 version is really just an upgraded version. There's really no PS5 edition. It's really a PS4 edition that just has upgraded features because there's more memory on the PS5 than there is the PS4. Timothy? How is EDP doing right now? He's scared. Because JJ, I think they were asking him. I think they were wanting what they believed to be a genuine response from him. Now, I don't know what that genuine response would have involved. I don't know if they were waiting for him to say, "I'll call them myself." I don't know if they were waiting for him to say, "Drive you, I'll get in a car with one of you, drive me to," I don't know. I think when they realized they weren't getting a genuine response from him, that's when Chet called. Or they're narcissistic, and they were, no matter what EDP said, they were still going to call the cops. Because here's the thing, I think they were going to call the cops either way. Because why even do this? You're basically catching a predator, and then you're just going to let him go away. Then what the fuck are we doing here? So they were going to call the cops no matter what. That's exactly what was going to happen. They were going to call the cops no matter what. Yeah, Noah, that's a common question. Okay. Have you spoken to EDP? Yes. I wondered if you ordered pizza. When the last time you've been in contact? Timothy, I talked literally on the stream. I messaged him. Aiden, of course. I don't think he cared about the cupcake. Brophy, tell him about his dad. All right, so when EDP's mom was alive, she basically ran the household. She paid all the bills. The dad was a deadbeat. He literally would take money and go do his own thing, go to a bar. He didn't work. He didn't have a job. And his mom, EDP's mom, supported the entire family. And then EDP went to work, and he was helping support the family. Now, I don't know if he was a druggie. I doubt it. But I think his dad was just a lazy SOB. And when EDP's mom died, EDP took over the household. He made videos about it saying, my name is on the lease. And he literally supported him and his father. And that's when he wanted to move because his dad was just so demanding and he didn't do his shit to fucking help him. And so EDP, that's why I want to get his own place. He finally had enough. He finally had enough of his father and his shit, and that's why he got his own place. And that's basically what it was. His dad was not a good person, as far as he was a freeloader basically. I don't know, TWD fan. Maybe I forget. I know what video you're talking about, where he went to the game or whatever. He had to work. Who knows? Probably, maybe he was going to quit regardless. Who knows? What is EDP doing right now? I don't know. I mean, I know he's laying low. I know he's laying low. Did he see my message? No. No, he's been idle for about 20 minutes now. Ghost, I talked to him on the stream probably 25 minutes ago. How do I feel about the situation? It's the most horrifying thing I've witnessed in a long time. It's bad. Do I think he's crying? Maybe. Here's the thing to this question of am I still his friend? If he refuses to get help, then I can't be his friend. If he goes and gets help and regret and has a relapse, then it's going to be tough. But I know that deep down, Silver Game, no, I had no idea. I think deep down Joe 3P. I stream usually just video games, just shooting the shit with you guys. I was going to stream MLB The Show, but for some reason my fucking mic on the PS5, my headset won't. Nobody can hear me. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. I just updated the PS5 system. I think that might have something to do with it. Earth Terror, yeah, Earth Terror. It's rough. It's terrible. I've been friends with EDP for almost 10 years now. So, do I think he'll be able to get a job after this? I think he probably could until somebody found out, and then they'd have to let him go, I think. Tampa, go ahead, man. It's Andy VHB 2002. That's my PSN name, I think. Rumors for like a year, yeah. No, Eagles. He doesn't need to work. He was doing great with his channel and Cameo and whatever the fuck else, the live streams. He had it all. He really had it all. Hey, Roundtree 85, I appreciate you subbing, brother. Thank you. I wish my fucking chair could. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix my chair. Hold on a minute. Oh, wait a minute now. This might be better. Can you guys hear me better now? Oh, the chair is broken. I just went back down. Son of a bitch. Lon, yeah, this is fucking horrible. All right, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get another chair. Intel, yeah, he's okay. He's guys, hold off on the questions for a minute while I can try to find a chair that I can actually sit up in. Give me a second. Same height. So much shit on it. All of this. Okay. How's the volume now? Juan, that was funny. The Labrador in the back. It's actually a golden retriever, but yeah, she was just looking to see what was up. Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. He did really well with his weight loss. He did really well with his weight loss, and he's looking really. He's I don't know if it's the biggest he's ever been, but it's close. Because the video of him in Chipotle, I think he was bigger then than he is now. Remember when he flooded the bathroom? He literally had no neck. In that video, it was his head was on his body and there was no neck. So I think he was bigger in that video than he is now, but it's bad. I mean, Philippe said that. JJ. Um, all right, let's hold on a minute. Yeah, Tampa. I live in Tennessee. I moved from Massachusetts to Gatlinburg 3 years ago. Let me go back and try to answer your guys' question. So if you guys could just not ask me a question for a little bit until I go down, since he moved out, probably because of the game he's gotten, but I felt he's been deteriorating physically and mentally. Noah, yeah. Hold on. Let's go back a little bit further. Uh, okay. Tampa, yeah, you can add me. Is he EDP contemplating suicide? I don't know for sure, but I've talked to him, and he seems to be is doing as best as he can be. Um, thanks, Silver T Gamer. I hate EDP smoking. Chilling out here. Stop saying. Thanks, Joe, for saying you like this. Thanks, Joe, for saying you like the feed. Stop saying free K. There's a moment. Yep. Free. Yep. He doesn't have a job currently. Eagles. We answered that. I feel heartbroken. Sorry this happened. Yeah, it's terrible. Um, well, free potatoes. He really gave all that up at 6. Yes, but he again, what I've said before, from a psychological standpoint, I think he felt invincible. He is blown up over the last 2 years financially more than he did in his entire career on YouTube, and I think he thought he was invincible. And Noah, maybe, and yeah, when they won the Super Bowl, maybe, so maybe psychologically he didn't, subconsciously, I mean, he didn't care that much about making Eagles videos, because I remember when the Red Sox won in 04, and I couldn't believe it, and it's almost like you're numb on how to feel when a team that you follow so much for so long hasn't won in a trillion years and they win. But me, I was still pissed when they made the playoffs in 05, and I think they lost to the White Sox. Royals or the White Sox in the first round. I don't remember. I think it was the White Sox the year after. All right, let's see what else we got. Baby lungs. I used to play Call of Duty. Yeah. So Intel. He asked if his life is over. Who asked that? Oh yes. Because Ghost, he was shitting his pants. I mean, he didn't know what was going to happen. I think he was also asking that to see what they would say. If they would say, hey, he's going to. Oh, he just messaged me. Hold on a minute, guys. Um, Ahmad, there is a PS5. It's right there. There's a PS4 next to it, but the PS5 is right there. I've had it since day one. Does anybody know? Okay, enjoy that. Okay, Labrador in the background. We're back to that. That's better. It's good, good, good. A little better. Blah, blah, blah. We talked about his weight. Who do you think he was calling at the end? It was Philippe. We know that, Aiden. There's got to be a way that people can go through some sort of psychological stuff. Why did EDP message you about? I'd asked. He finally messaged me back, King, about the dad situation. But I already went over the story. Therapy for it, correct. Because yeah, you're right. There's no evidence to be cured at all. Shit. Okay, you excited for the PSVR 2? Yes, Silver Dirt Gamer, I am. Is Philippe? I've never spoken once to Philippe. Again, I've said this before. EDP moved out, I think, a year or two ago, at least a year ago. I would love to have hung out with Philippe and EDP. I mean, that was the goal. The goal was for me eventually to fly down, visit EDP in California. It's be my first time ever in California, which would have been cool. I've been to Vegas, but I've never been to California. And I would have loved to have hung out with Philippe. I think he looks like a cool guy. You know what I mean? I think he's, he seems like a real down to earth type of person. So I think that Trash Bash, thank you. I think that sinuses. I think that I don't know if he's so. I've never talked to him, so I don't know if he's officially cut ties with him. He posted that video. I mean, did he really? I don't know. I don't know. I think that what is he? Has Philippe posted any other videos on YouTube besides that one? What's Philippe's YouTube channel? I forget. Yeah, King, you're right. I mean, you're right. Yeah, I remember that video when he was talking about the bras he stole from the laundromats. So Brozu Kai, here's the thing. Maybe for some people, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm addicted to porn, but at the same time, I have a routine I do every day. The 4 major websites out there, just to see if there are any videos I would care about. But that's really it. I haven't gone into any of that shit because I've never interested me. You know what I mean? Like weird shit like BDSM, like that shit is I'm all set with. You know what I mean? Philippe B. All right, hold on. Let's see what he says. Let's see what he. There he is. Hold on. No, that's not. Here he is. What's going on, guy? No, that's the last video he's uploaded. So. I don't, King. I really want to believe. If I was a betting man, I'd bet that he has not. Intel, I don't know. I doubt he'll ever make a public statement. And I doubt he'll ever. I doubt he'll ever turn himself in. So, the only way. I don't know what that symbol is. I can't. What is that? A palm tree? But you're talking about EDP deleted his channel? No, he didn't. Did he? Hold on a minute. No, he didn't delete his channel. It's still there. What the hell are you talking about? Tourette Cowboy, he didn't delete his channel. Bro, so whatever that symbol is about Erica being a horrible mother, you can't blame Erica for being a horrible mother at all. Because to all of us who know EDP, we know that he's a good person down inside. You know what I mean? Nobody would have known this. And again, when you have these accusations from 6 months ago, you know, I mean, there's no way Erica at this point, I can't speak for her because I'm not her, but I doubt Erica will ever let him around her daughter now. You know what I mean? A10, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Look, I mean, hindsight's 2020. I think he should have done that, but I think at the time he's like, oh fuck, what do I do? Maybe if I just cooperate, they'll leave me alone. You know? Creeps, he would get views, but his videos would get so many dislikes. I mean, right now that video, the last video he put up, I think has like 8,000 likes and 38,000 dislikes. King, but you gotta realize that you gotta take everything for a grain of salt, with a grain of salt. That so his last video, all right, he has 797,000 views on the video, 10,000 likes, and 36,000 dislikes, and that all stemmed from what just happened. Well, now there is Vadix. I mean, now there is. I mean, now there's no there's no there's no question about it. What do I think about his addiction to porn? I mean, I define addiction. I mean, he says all this stuff that he jacks off left and right, but I mean, who knows? Maybe he's just saying it to get a rise out of people. I mean, I watch porn every day. I mean, I don't know any guy that doesn't. Do I watch it for 3 hours straight? No, I just take care of business and I'm done for the day. You know what I mean? So, how in the world did he afford 2 brand new cars, a lot of guns, and a new place, plus a lot of you? He hasn't had a job since he. Tampa Sports. It's because of all the views on YouTube and the cameos and the live chats. When people donate in live chat, he's making a ton of money. I mean, he's making a ton of. But you guys don't. I'm not going to go into what he's made. He's told me what he's made. I'm not going to go into it, but it'll blow your mind. Tourette Cowboy. That's strange. I have his original channel. It's up there. That's so weird. Just type in EDP 445. You'll see it. Good night, Pedro Rolón. Feel a bit bad for him, but then I just remind myself, no, fuck that for real. Never feeling bad for him. Imagine if this wasn't a sting operation. He rents, Sweet Potato Man. He doesn't own a house. No, not millions. Jeez, millions. I'd be living with them for fucking free. Favorite football team is the Patriots. Hey guys, it's not millions. Is he okay right now? Yes. Do you think he'll post again, Silver Gamer? I don't know. I doubt it right now. I think it'd be stupid for him to. Hold on a minute. My dog is being weird. Stop making noises over there. Okay. Hi, Daisy. How are you? Doing okay? Yeah. Luna, what are you doing? Luna. Will you stop being weird? Will you stop being weird? You okay? What's wrong? Lie down, Luna. Daisy, sit. Daisy, sit. Daisy, sit. Lie down. What does Daisy think about the Alex? Remember? Yeah, it is Luna the doggy. Remember. Oh, Roundtree, he definitely has money saved. Yeah. What does Daisy think? Remember, Vadix? Remember when Winnie was alive and me and McLovin were and Kenny were sitting there and we looked at Winnie and we said, "What do you think about it, Winnie?" So that was pretty funny. That brings me back, man. Wait, what? What did Tampa say? Enrique, thanks, brother. I appreciate the donation. Thank you, man. What? What did Tampa say? Oh, why the dogs in the cages? Okay. Here's the issue. Okay, here's the issue with this. Luna, the black and white dog, the smaller dog, is perfect. I can have her on the bed, um, and she's fine. Daisy, the bigger one, is not house trained yet for some reason. I can't trust her. And so the problem is when Luna's on the bed, Daisy sees her on the bed, gets jealous, and starts whining. But if Luna's in the kennel next to her, she calms down. If I'm on the bed with Luna on the bed, Daisy knows I'm on the bed and doesn't care that Luna's on the bed and she's calm. But if I had Luna on the bed right now, Daisy would go bananas. And that's why I don't need that right now. Obviously, it's fucking 2 in the morning. So that answers your question. But when I go to sleep, somebody messaged me on Instagram, I think. Oh, thanks, Hernandez 2000. Thanks for following me, brother. I'm hardly on that thing. All right, let's go into. Would you fly out to California and talk to EDP? I have three. Hold on now. Hold on a minute. Yeah, he did have chances. He had a lot of chances. I can't defend that. Cold Raven's right, and some of the stuff he said in that video, I agreed with. I talked about this morning when EDP said, "I want to fuck the innocence out of you." Cold Raven mentioned that, and I got to give credit where credit's due. I can't disagree with that. That was very disturbing, right? We know that. Maybe whatever that symbol. I'm just going to call you Tree from now on because I don't know what the fuck that is. So Tree, yeah, I think when his mom died, I think something snapped inside. Enrique is okay. He had so many chances. People don't burn listen any other way. Has EDP said anything about the situation? No, he's just. I called him on Sunday when the shit went down, and he basically told me what happened in this video. He didn't go into the whole entire thing, but he told me that the dude called the police at the end, and he drove out of there. No, I don't think Chet Goldstein knows who the hell I am. I didn't even hear of Chet Goldstein until this whole thing happened. Until everybody started blowing me up with, "Did you see Cold Raven's new video?" And honestly, if Chet Goldstein never contacted me, I don't know if I'd even go on this thing. What good is that going to do? Just so I can go in on there and fucking say what? You know? Reddit rumors said EDP was leaving to Nevada. Is that true? I have no idea. I mean, it's not like even if he did go to Nevada, they can extradite him, so that's irrelevant. They'd have to find him though. He'd have to be on a wanted list, and this whole situation's ridiculous because he'd be wanted for attempting to solicit a minor who didn't exist. Who said it isn't pedophilia if a 14-year-old gives consent? Who said that? Intel, I agree with you. He definitely did need this wake-up call. He should have gotten a wake-up call 6 months ago, though. Your mom would be ashamed. Yes, there's a 3-minute video. 3-minute video of what, Earth Terror? His real name is Alex Rosen. Who? Chet Goldstein's Alex Rosen? EDP leaving to Nevada according to sources. Do you think he's going to kill himself now that the video is out? He has no friends, family, and now no fans or income, and he might go to prison. No, I really hope I hope he doesn't kill himself. I mean, look, he's sick and he needs help, but at the end of the day, he is a good person. I'm sorry. You could sit there and say he's not because what good person does that? Well, a sick person does. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. No, I agree with you, King. They were saying his Periscope location was Nevada, but I can't. Who's they? What's Periscope location? There's a 3-minute video about the predator catcher cat. What? Where's this video? Where's this video? Brozuki, that's correct. Brozakai. His relationship with Brian strained, or are you having his back even if you don't agree with what happened? I told him that I'll be there if he needs to talk. Do I look at him the same? No, of course not. But I feel terrible. And yeah. There's no Chris Gordon, there's no excuse for that. King, that's funny. He tried to fuck a 13-year-old. He could have done that to any girl that young in our family. I agree. Look, I get it. There's plenty of stuff that EDP has done that is good. Right? So no, I agree with you. Usman. No, it's not. It's just on my bureau. I mean, here's the deal. Whether Chet Goldstein's a racist or not, okay. What girl? That 18-year-old girl that thinks she's Little Miss White House? Is that who you're talking about? Okay, so fade away. Why couldn't he just hire an escort? He has a lot of money. A super chat, you $10 would show off all your tits. Dead serious. Yeah, I don't know if TOS will allow that or whatever. I don't want to get fucking strike for no reason. Terror, you're not understanding the 3-minute video is an edit. Okay. So fade away. What has he done that's good? He's been a friend to a lot of people when they needed somebody to talk to, and he's been there for people. All right, whether he's a racist or not, it still doesn't excuse what EDP did. You can't sit there and say, well, he's a racist, so he gets off. No. You know what I mean? Silver, thanks, brother. Hopefully I can get my PS5 mic to get fixed. This is horseshit. King, I'm going to be trying to stream MLB The Show if I can get my mic to work. Huh. Vadix, yes. When my tax return comes in, I'm going to be doing a book of tickets. A Bengals report, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it because I haven't even played it yet because my mic won't fucking work. And I have to find the exact opening day rosters for all 30 MLB teams so I can start playing it and start the season the way I would normally do it. Do you believe he's a danger to children younger than 13? That's a tough question. because I don't think EDP would do something with a 5-year-old, but if he found out she was 12, I don't know. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, Earth Terror is right. We're just gonna have to wait and see and figure this out and see what the hell goes down because I think that was so. I think that fist bump was a nervous reaction. Tree, the answer has to be no at this point. Well, I mean, I get it, and that'll come out too, right? It'll come out too. I don't think he's going to be around Aurora anymore, but I don't think how can he be judged if there's no proof of the 13-year-old because it's intent. I like how you're keeping him accountable, but still sort of his friend. Thank you, Bullfrog. Is it illegal to do the 420? I don't know what the fuck. Oh, I don't. I have no idea. I don't think so. I have no idea. Because I don't smoke, so I have no idea. He would do something with anyone who would show any interest. Not to call the cops, and he started whispering. I think the police could raid him on like a random morning at 5 a.m. I thought the cops they were fans of his. By this time, anything he had is probably gone. Still friends and cutting ties like Philippe. How the fuck does he get a hard on from a girl? Well, okay. So, King, you got to reformat that question because I'm 37, right? If a girl was 24 and interested in me, that's still 13-year difference, right? But obviously, it's okay because 37, 24. I mean, shit. Ashton Kutcher was with Demi Moore, if you guys remember. He was 22 and she was 55. So, whatever the fuck it was. So, rephrase the question, and the question really should be how does he get a hard on? That's what it really should be. Unfortunately, that's with the help he needs to get. BDP did meet up with the girl for what. I don't think he would have gone through with it. I want to believe that as well, but who knows? Yeah. Yeah, Bullfrog, he did. Yes, he has A10. He has. He didn't shoot and kill a dog, guys. He did not. So Sweet Potato Man, he can't say that now. He can't say that now because he admitted in the video that he thought she was 13 and he knew he was coming. He knew he was coming. What he should have said, here's what he should have said. Here's this video would be non-existent if he had said this. And unfortunately, again, hindsight's 2020. But if he had said, when the guy said, you were meeting up with a 13-year-old, right? He immediately should have said, yeah, I knew I was meeting up with somebody pretending to be a 13-year-old. That's what he should have said. Because had he said that, where else could they have gone? Well, I don't believe you thought you were really meeting up with a 13-year-old who was pregnant. And he could have been like, bro, I was meeting up with you so I could tell you guys to cut the shit. You know what I mean? Like he could have done that. And then boom, it's over. It's a wrap. Noah, I don't know the answer to that question. I know he's definitely hooked up with women. I don't know if he's gone all the way though. I forget what he told me. Hold on. I'm missing a whole bunch of shit here. Yeah, Lost TV. I talked to EDP a couple times throughout the stream. He's alive. Because Enrique, I'm pretty sure because they have to follow the law and can't just arrest him. They have to get warrants. They have to get they have to do things by the book if they are going to do it. Laylo Raider, I don't know if he's getting help, but I'm sure he is hiding from the public. When he can't win a court, he just admitted everything. Yep. Hold on. And he was still very okay. That's my point. Will return back. Says couldn't believe he talked as long as he did. I agree with you. I agree with Creeps. And said they never had sex. Okay, that makes sense. Tree. I got to watch that video, by the way. I got to watch that interview. Yeah, but okay, but here's the thing. Even if he sent those pics, right? He could have easily admit to the guys on camera, yeah, I knew what I was doing. The reason I sent you guys pics was because I knew I was being trolled and I wanted you guys to see my fucking, you know what I mean? He could have easily said that. There's ways to get out of everything, right? But he needed to at that point have said, yeah, I was here meeting up with you guys because I knew you guys were full of shit. I knew you guys were her the entire time. I actually wanted to come up and see who the fuck's been trolling me for 2 months. Well, it shows here that you sent a picture of your dick. Yeah, I sent you a picture of my dick because I knew you guys were guys and not really a 13-year-old girl. See? See how easy that is? Now what are you going to say? What could they have said? Well, it says here that you wanted to fuck away my innocence. Of course I said that. Of course I said that because I knew you weren't really a 13-year-old girl. You see what I'm saying, guys? He easily could have done that, and then it would have been over. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, he should have done, he's stupid for not doing it, because what would you do in that situation? First of all, I guarantee you, all of you would never have been in that situation. But imagine if you had been in that situation, you're not thinking like that. You're thinking, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. It's exactly what you're thinking, and that's what he was thinking. All right, I'm missing a whole bunch of shit here. Hold on a minute now. Okay, he sent weird pics. Feels like a poison. Why would he say that? It wouldn't make sense. Why did he stop dieting and working out? He lets all stop. I don't know, Al Ant. I don't know that. Here's the thing about weight loss. When you're doing it, if you miss one day, so you get on a roll, right? You go to the gym every day, you're doing cardio or whatever. I'll give you a perfect example. You know that program? It was called Insanity from Beachbody. I bought that probably 10 years ago, and I did it. In the first 2 or 3 days, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so out of fucking shape. It's unbelievable." But I lost so much weight. I probably lost 40 pounds, and I lost size, right? And I was on a flight when I was working for that company, Silverleaf. I was on a flight from Massachusetts to Dallas, and somehow I twisted my neck or strained my neck on that flight, right? And I couldn't, when I tried to do the workouts, I couldn't because my neck was so fucked up. And that led to me not doing the workouts, and that led to me eating again like an asshole, and that again led to the weight gain. So when you're working out, when you have that drive, if you continue doing it, you're going to be fine. But once you miss one, you're fucked. The mindset's gone. Oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. No, Creeps, I disagree with that. You definitely didn't want to get caught. Did the authority contact him that day? No. Bullfrog, to the best of my knowledge, he's not been contacted by the authorities. Yeah, of course he's going to lawyer up if they get him. Why did he have to admit everything? He could have said, no, yeah, we just discussed this. Yeah, Jay, I agree. He'll be back soon. Don't worry, y'all. Don't even talk to the cops. He won't be. Just share this in the EEP subreddit. You just shared what in the EEP subreddit? This stream? Thank you. Ricky Barras, you have no idea what you're talking about. 810K, I don't know if this already asked, but his dad know what happened. I don't know if his dad knows what happened. I have no idea. Knowing what EDP's told me about his dad, I doubt his dad will admit he even knows EDP, honestly. Yeah, the pictures he sent, yeah, but again, random. It doesn't matter. He could have, had he gone, okay, this only works as if he immediately said, when Chet asked him, whoever that bearded guy is, when Chet asked him, hey, what are you doing here? And he responded with, I came here to get a cupcake. He should have responded with, I came here to see who is trolling me. And he had said that instead of, I came here to get a cupcake. If he had said, I came here to see who was trolling me, that would have shocked them to the point of they wouldn't have known what to do. And the bearded guy probably would have said something like, oh, really? Because it says here that you're meeting up with a 13-year-old. And then he could have said, no, I'm meeting up with somebody pretending to be a 13-year-old so I can tell you guys to go fuck yourself. And now the ball is in their court and they're fucked because they would have never expected EDP to say something like that or any predator to say something like that. Does that make sense? So that's what I mean. And then if they even brought up the pictures, right? He would have said, yeah, exactly. I sent you guys my fucking dick because I'm your guys, and I know you weren't a 13-year-old. That's my point, Random. Does that make sense? Well, Rozuki, yes and no. I agree with that, and I agree. I agree with that, and I don't. Because if you don't say anything, that's also an admission of guilt, right? Oh, hold on, I'm missing stuff. Sorry, guys. I was trying to talk about that. Hold on a minute here. Okay, how could he say it was a troll if he video chatted with her multiple times? Okay, that's a good question, Tree. He could have said, well, yeah, I know you guys. Again, this is only if somebody could have thought like this in the moment, right? So the odds of that, of somebody being able to think like this in the moment are 1 in a zillion. So if he was that good and could think about that in the moment, the phone calls, he could have said, yeah, you probably, I know you guys obviously hired somebody to talk with me. And I know that girl who I was video chatting with wasn't real because it looked like somebody used a computer program. Again, we know this now, but that was really it. Some of the guys in Catch do that and they just keep walking and don't say anything else. They got his phone number, though. Did he say anything about selling his guns? No, I haven't talked to him about his guns. Hiring a lawyer is still useful, even if one wants to plead guilty to the lawyer can be correct. I agree with Samuel Wu. Wu made the slap. Your point doesn't really make sense. All that troll stuff goes out the door when he actually showed up at the apartment. To an extent, but he could have easily used, my point is he could have used that, and that would have given him leverage. He could have showed up at the apartment to say that he was showing up to meet the people who was trolling him because he's had enough and he's sick of people trolling him, right? He could have said that, and that's technically valid. You can't sit there and say it doesn't make any sense. Of course it does. It would have been bullshit, right? It would have been bullshit, but it would have thrown those guys off their game so bad that they wouldn't have known what to say. Do you think they're going to leak his dick pic? No. Enrique, you're suspect. Was he crying or anything when you were on the phone with him? No, he was not. Clues room, thank you, brother. Do you think, or if you're a girl, thank you, girl. Do you think he'll make a response video? No, I don't. And do you think he left Bakersfield? No idea. I think his loneliness, death of his mom, and his porn escalated brain led to attraction to minors. Do you think he deletes his YouTube and Instagram? No, I don't. You should sell his guns before he loses them for free. I don't know how he'd sell his guns. He'd have to have somebody go to his apartment, and I'm sure the cops are probably, scouting it. What about his sister? That's a good question. Don't know. Why do him and his? Oh fuck! There's a ton of shit here. Hold on. Why do him and his dad have such a fucked up relationship? Can you explain that again, Tree? I will in a minute. Also, he said, please don't call the cops on him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where that's coming from. That would have been large brain. I guess it might work, but I don't know. He shouldn't have sent nudes. It was stupid. Sure, everything was stupid that he did. His Instagram is gone. I did not know that. I don't think I even follow him on Instagram, or maybe I do. I don't remember. That's not how it works. The burden is on the alleged predator to prove that it wasn't there to me to show. I'm not going to like for a second there towards the end of the video. I thought he was going to his car to get his gun. No, he's not that stupid. And there would have been 1,000 witnesses. So you can't spin it the other way that easily. That's just not how the law works. Unsolicited dick pics still illegal. Yeah, I could see that, but what if it was actually a minor? He was smart though. He was trolling on the call. I think this is all staged. I don't think it is, Enrique. I thought so for maybe a second, but Philippe wouldn't have made that video. This would have been such a gigantic. You guys want to see a fucked up movie? Okay, I'm telling you guys right now, all 75 of you in this stream, I want you to watch a movie called The Game, and Michael Douglas starred in it. It's a movie I think from the mid-90s. You want to talk about a fucking thriller? Watch The Game with Michael Douglas, and you're going to come back to me and you're going to say that movie was the fucking best movie I ever saw in my life. I'm telling you right now. And what led me to telling you guys about this movie was Enrique saying, I think this is all staged, because that would be almost like The Game if it was. So watch The Game. What a hell of a movie that was. All right, what do we got? Shelly, hey, thanks for coming, Shelly. Shelly gained. All right, creeps. I still say it seemed like this had been sitting on him for a long time. He was just tired of hiding it. Maybe, but if that was the case, if he really wanted to be caught, he wouldn't have pleaded at the end not to get caught or not to go to jail. EDP is a good man from the inside. Where is everybody? Shit. How many fucking, where am I? I'm missing a whole bunch of shit going down, guys. Hold on. All right, wait a minute. They have no proof of the girl. There's no case to be justified. You're the first streamer. I've already gone through that. Where are we here? EDP, we've gone through that. I'm looking for Enrique again. Okay, here we go. I get what you're talking. Okay, EDP, a good man from this guy. I joined late, so apologies if you already answered. As EDP said, he's completely done with YouTube, or does he want to try and talk? Yeah, we didn't talk about that, Echo. Antenna's already established. Trying to say you're trolling just won't hold up in court. James, it could. And here's my theory, right? So imagine this. I'm in the courtroom. I'm him. And the lawyer says, did you show up with intent to, whatever, however he would phrase it? And I'd say, look, I got 2.2 million people sub to me. I'm one of the most popular people on YouTube. I've been on a bunch of shows. I've gotten the police called to go to my house because supposedly I have people kidnapped in my house and shit, right? And all the shit that he's dealt with, if this was in court, I'd say, I've had enough of this. I wanted to confront the people who were trolling me. I mean, right? Correct. Downey, you're right. That's 1,000% correct. Somebody just called me a piece of garbage. So Stash Soprano obviously hasn't been watching any of what I've said. I agree with Tree. Because he was scared shitless, creeps. All these other guys, I haven't seen all the other people they've caught, but I imagine all these other guys weren't a celebrity with money and everything else. Shelly Gaines says, Jai Shreen. What the fuck is all this? Enrique, none of this stage, what is your problem? Such a good movie, Andy. Oh, Team Sports, you saw it? Yeah, it's a hell of a fucking movie. Did you find a cold beverage? No, I got water. I just got water. What streaming service is it on? I don't think it is on a streaming service. You can try Netflix, but try to get a Fire Stick and jailbreak the shit and watch it. Or fucking go to Amazon.com. It's probably $3 and just buy it and watch it on there. Jason Stevens, do you think he's a suicide risk? No, maybe, but I don't think so. Of course, he said he deserved to go to jail because he was hoping that they'd take that as an answer and leave him be. And then they didn't. And then he freaked out. I think A10, when I think he said, let me call someone so I can get help, I think it was probably he was going to call Philippe and try to ask him, how the fuck do I get out of this situation? Because he ended up calling Philippe anyway. I've got to click live chat on top. What do you mean? I'm scrolling down now, yes. So give me a sec. Let me go to the end of this. Why is this a debate? The fucking guy admitted to everything. He's a Peter. Okay, turn on slow mode. I agree. Can you give a quick synopsis of what he said on the phone? The Mario show. On Sundays when I talk to him on the phone. Today during this stream, I messaged him a couple times, but he's basically scared and he's doing okay. A lot of people were worried that he was going to kill himself. I don't know. Shelly Gained is a fucking troll, whatever. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about here. James Brown says, I get your point, but that argument just wouldn't hold up in court. Well, I guess we'll agree to disagree, but you're probably right. It might not hold up, but it's a fucking, you got to be real definitive in your tone when you say that. But he admired all that shit on camera, though. What do you mean he admired all that shit on? Oh, admitted all that shit on camera. Of course he did. That's my point. My point for what I was saying is he should have done what I said, but he couldn't have based on what he did. Thank you, Stash Soprano. Yes, you're missing my point, though, Stash. What you saw me say was not me trying to help him get out of it. That's not what that was. One of the people an hour ago or 20, 40 minutes ago had asked me a question, and I said, had he said this? So you got to make sure you get your facts straight. Thank you, Josh Parks. Hold on a minute. I'll get to your question in a sec. Yeah, I don't use Cody or Popcorn Time. Cody's fucking terrible. I use fuck. Hold on a minute. I'll tell you what. Oh no, I got to change it to another channel. I did finish my chicken meal, Jason Ortiz. Thanks, man. Josh Parks. Do I know this guy personally? Yes, I do. I do know EDP personally. We've hung out. Thank you, Roundtree. Hey, guys, you talk knowledge about it. Anything I know, but I've blessed. Shelly, can you stop messaging all this fucking random shit? If you don't click on live chat, you will miss some of the comments. All right, I gotta find what live chat is. I know I'm on live chat. What am I supposed to click? And I'm pretty sure he just only called Philippe for bail money. No, he didn't call Philippe for bail money. I think she's mixing two different languages. She's Muslim, I think. Okay, I think he's at high risk to commit suicide, which is quite a plausible scenario. Which what he did was repulsive. Yeah, I hope he gets help too. It is repulsive. It's weird that the Netgator says he needs to get help, but GDP said that he was going to do it on camera, and they went ahead and called him because they didn't believe him. And the whole point of them doing this isn't to scare him straight. This isn't scared straight like when you're a kid and you go to jail. This was for them to catch him and call the police. That's their whole deal. So, by the way, the predator catcher people are racist comedy. Yep, we've heard that. We've heard that there. Alex Chet is an anti-masker. I don't know what the fuck that means. How did he get on the plane? How did who get on the plane? Oh, anti-masker as far as not wearing a mask? What kind of chicken? It was Zaxby's chicken. Eat that jail food for me. Yep. You need real teeth breed with syringe. I don't use Cody, Alan. I use fucking something Flicks. It's the best one. It's a I almost said Napster. That's how fucking old I am. It's a what do you call it? It's a fucking Tyrannium TV clone. I'm Hinduism, but first Indian Jai, B Heart Mata is child. Okay. So are you still friends with him after all this? I told him that. Okay, hold on. I'll answer that in a second, Josh. I think EDP was paranoid even before meeting them, just based on the amount of blocks. When he was talking to them, he turned immediately to the car. I bet he thought it was a cop. Of course. Of course. Popcorn flicks. No, it wasn't that. Zaxby's is amazing. It is amazing. Enrique, you're fucked. Because you said shit is an anti-man. Okay, fine. Are you cutting him off? Okay. So we're at the bottom, it looks like. No, he Roundtree. He said he flew from Houston to wherever the Bakersfield. So they definitely flew. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on. My PlayStation's. You guys see it turn on? Blue? No, you can't see the blue. All right. Let me go to the Fire Stick. I'll tell you exactly what it's called. It's called. Okay. It's called Cinema HD V2. Cinema HD V2. Why does he walk like that? Because he's obviously overweight. You said you were going to explain him why and his dad have a fucked up relationship. Okay. So basically, I've already explained this once before. Where is EDP now? I don't know. But basically, when his mom was alive, his mom took care of everything. She worked her ass off. She supported the family, and his dad did nothing. And his dad was a deadbeat, and his dad was a freeloader, and he didn't do anything to help. When his mom died, EDP obviously was working too to be able to what do you call it? He was helping the family when he was working, all those jobs and stuff. And his dad, when he was living with just him and his dad, he had had enough of his dad mooching off of him, and that's what it is. So, Rico, so you've asked this, and a couple other people have asked this. What is the streaming app you use? Can I don't know if you can download it on PC or mobile, but the streaming app I use on my Fire Stick is called Cinema HD V2. Cinema HD V2. So what I said basically is this to him. I said I will always be there as far as if he needs somebody to talk to. Okay. But as far as me going and hanging out with him, obviously no. I mean that's not going to happen. Um, but if he needs to talk, or if he needs to vent, or if he needs to whatever, sure. I hope he gets help though, and if he doesn't, then that's a problem. Um, you know, got a fucking cramp right in here because I'm fat and I fucking ate the chicken. I'm thirsty as fuck. By the way, this shit is good. Food Club. There's a grocery store up here called uh um the fuck Food City. Okay, and their version of this 0 calorie flavored water is fucking bomb. You got grape, right? You got fucking raspberry. This shit is incredible. Do you think he deserves to go to prison as a former friend? Yes, obviously he deserves to go to prison. Do I want him to go to prison? No, I'd rather him go to a hospital and get hospitalized and get help. Mr. Russell's no, I live in Tennessee. Yeah, Duke Spear, I do know his status. He's scared and he's nervous, and I don't know where he is though. Kroger distilled water bottles are the best. I'm gonna have to write that down. Sweet Potato Man, you're telling me that if I go to a Kroger, I'm just gonna find something that's called distilled water bottle? I'm gonna write that down. Distilled water bottle. No, Layla Ryder, I don't think he's going to. Hugh Jazz, I don't know. Thanks 1K subs with no vid. People on Reddit stalked him on. I don't know what the fuck Periscope is. EDP Nevada. There was just rumors, nothing confirmed. Why are people saying he's in Nevada? EDP is in Nevada. You shut up, he ain't Nevada. He's a big guy, can't hide his identity. So you believe that being attracted to children is something you can be real good. Josh, I don't know. I don't know. But here's the deal, right? So if we throw him in jail, how does that rehabilitate him? I mean, I guess you could say that if he got raped, right, that would rehabilitate you, I guess, better because now you know that you're going to, because of what happened, he could get out and take it out on everybody and go bananas. I don't know what happened to him in Philadelphia. I know they're not as close as they used to be, but I don't know the whole story there. He talks to her from what I actually asked him about this months ago, and I think he talks to her once in a while. But I work at a Kroger family and buy them on breaks because they hydrate you like no other. Okay. Side here. Why do people? How did he plan to fit through the window? That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. What Chet said or whatever his name is Mike Oxmall. I don't know what the fuck that is. When did EDP go downhill mentally, in your opinion? I would say the start was when he lost his mom. That's my guess. I don't know for sure. What I'm trying to say is that is this issue more of a public safety issue or personal? What do you mean public safety or personal? Explain what you mean. I get public safety, but what do you mean by personal? I don't understand what that means. Wow. Okay. What did Bullfrog say? I remember that A10. I remember that video. Yeah, they did. They did collab back in the day. That could be true, Matt Harvey. Read Bullfrog's message again. Is Mike Oxmall. Oh, I get it now. So it's like iCup, right? Say iCup, read the letters. Jason, I agree with you, especially for this type of scenario. I don't know, Hugh Jazz. I got it. Stella Soprano, I got it. I got it. It's like ICUP, basically. It's jacking off a sport. Yeah, I remember those videos. Now it's true, and I'm sure it's already gone. I'm sure it's already gone all over the. Somebody should Google to see if Bakersfield News got any wind of that. Josh V, are you still friends with EDP? Or John, I'm sorry. I've told him, I'm there for him as far as him needing somebody to talk to, but am I going to be what I used to be? Probably not. Josh, I have not spoken to Philippe. I've answered this a bunch of times. I know you're new to the stream. I've never spoken with him. I wanted to meet him. My goal at some point was to have flown out to LA or to Bakersfield, met up with EDP, hung out, you know what I mean? And then I would have loved to have met Philippe and hung out with him. He seems like an awesome guy. Roundtree, I got it. I got the joke. I got the joke. I live like 20 minutes from where he lives, but he got caught around the corner from my. I remember that. I remember that Skid A10. I remember that. I remember that. Bakersfield full of crackheads. They hire anyone. Fun fact: there's a trolley across the street where he got caught. No, it's not. It's just offering to talk. Philippe and EDP are so different. How do they become? I don't know the answer to that. I have no idea how they met. Yeah, he's on a site called Newsbreak. Newsbreak. What site? No, I don't. I don't know if he'll be able to bounce back. My phone is at 20%. I'm trying to Google. Let's see here. Oh boy. So Vlad TV. Yep, here it is. He's on Vlad TV. EDP is, and this was 2 days ago. Yeah, he's on Vlad TV. He's definitely trending. So he is. Copy what link? Hold on. I don't. Yeah, obviously it was stupid for him to admit everything, but again, I've discussed Josh where I think that he, he quickly said to himself, "Okay, if I walk away, I'm guilty. If I admit it, maybe they'll go easy on me." That's what I think he thought, and he panicked. Most of the websites talking about him are just tabloids. Okay, my man could take a flight to Thailand, get out of everything. He could. He hasn't been arrested. Yeah, I know he hasn't been arrested. People need to call in a wellness check. No, AOL, I think they're fine. I think he's okay. Oh, that's true. You think Joe will be good for EDP? Yeah. It's interesting the dynamic between those two because it seemed to me that the guy with the beard seemed to be the boss and the leader. And then if I was the boss and the leader, and that little dude started interrupting me, I would have said, "Shut the fuck!" I would have said something like, "Calm, I got this. Let's," you know what I mean? But he didn't. He just let him talk. So I don't know who the hell the leader was of that group. How do I reply to a certain person? And I have no idea. I have no idea how to do that. Let's see. He's still at 2.11 million. Um, he got 1,000 more dislikes on that last video. Um, I'm going to delete these MLB The Show videos. There's 4 of them on there. Let's see if old Chet Goldstein, he's up to 89.9. So he's going to hit 100,000 very quickly. Hugh Jazz, I contacted EDP. He didn't contact me. Noah, I guess he's just laying low. And Duke Sperry, no, I contacted him on the stream a couple times tonight. And he's nervous and he's scared. And I, obviously, I mean, is he in fear for his life? I don't think he's in fear for his life, but he's in fear of going to jail, obviously. So, man, this is just rough in the streets, guys. This whole thing is just rough in the streets. All right, how's Dogecoin doing here? Let's see where the fuck I'm at. Hey, if you guys want to help me out, and help yourself out at the same time? You guys, I'm going to give you a link to my Robinhood account. Okay. And all you got to do is click the link and set up a bank account with them, and you get a free stock. And then you can cash the stock out. You don't even have to deposit money. So if you guys want to help me out, when this live stream is uploaded fully, there'll be a link in the description. And if you want to click and help me out and create your own Robinhood account, that'd be cool. It's free money for you and free money for me. So, and you don't have to spend any money to do it. Yeah, like Sweet Potato Man says, it's literally just free money. So I'm going to, when we're done, when was the last time you spoke to Brian Alec? I talked to him today during this stream. I got a fucking cramp. Andy, buy Doge buy Doge with the free money's right. Do you think EDP should make an apology video? I mean, here's the problem with these apology videos. How many people are really going to take them seriously? Because they may just think that he's just saying sorry so everybody forgives him and everything's okay at that. Correct. No, that's correct. Do I know if he ordered pizza today? No, obviously I do not know. Correct. I agree with Sweet Potato Man. There's really nothing to say. I mean, there's nothing to say. What's he going to say? I'm sorry, I lied, and I'm sorry, I need help. Well, of course. Where was this when you didn't think you needed help before you got caught? Now you got caught. Now you're saying you need help, and everybody will see through that, right? So there's no point of you know. Correct. Brett Givens is right, and Stash Soprano's right. A video of him checking into a treatment center, then it's just publicity. There's nothing he can do right now. I think internally, Team Tampa Sports, I think internally, he was freaking the fuck out. I think internally he was. Do you think he actively tries to turn his life around? I don't know the answer to that because at the end of the day, a sickness is a sickness. And no, I don't think you got to worry about those guns. I honestly don't know why he has all those guns. I know he likes going to the shooting range and shit, but well, Chet was making fun of EDP when he said that. I mean, Chet was making fun. I mean, Chet had some. I'll tell you this. Chet had some funny one-liners. He really did. You know, the whole 600-pound life comment, the horny hippo comment, the you're not fitting through that window comment. It was quick-witted. Yes, correct. Blue made the slap is right. The best thing he can do is get help and disappear. Maybe move to a lap. But see, he's such a huge public figure. He'd have to live in an area where there's one house and he can just order shit through Amazon or whatever. You know what I mean? Um, correct. You know, I agree. Noah, you're right. You're right. You know, I mean, I was EDP. What would I do next? I don't know. I don't think he's violent. No, Josh. He was asked if his life was over because he. I think at that point he was wondering if they were going to call the cops. That was more of a. That was more of a. What's the word I'm looking for? That was more of a exploratory question, just to have a feeler out to see how what they were going to do to him. Yeah, Stash, you might be right too. I think it was part realization, part exploratory. Because don't forget, he said that maybe a third of the way into the video. That's a good rec is did or Reckles. That's a pretty. I don't know. That's a good question. Alec, I guess he could. Apparently, all these other guys have been going to jail, so I don't. I guess. Um, the super ostrich, he did have fear in his eyes towards the end, and I explained that fear. I know that very well because of the when I got robbed at gunpoint in high school. I don't know him personally, but it feels like his YouTube persona became his personality compared to his way younger videos doing YouTube hobby. He was very less tense and edgy. I never saw him back then. 2012 is when I really got turned on to him. If he loses weight, moves to a small town, works a low key job, and keeps himself, he could live a kind of life normal. Yeah, that's true, Jay. But that's a lot of work that he'd have to put in, and who knows if he'd do it. Uh, he's going to have to move to yeah, correct. Wouldn't he be on the sex offender registry? I don't know, Duke. Maybe. I could have sworn the only way you got on the registry is if you actually did it. But I mean, who knows? Yeah, AJ, you're right. There is no coming back. And by the grace of God, if he is able to come back, then I mean, my God, I don't Tampa. I don't think he's going to make a video. I really don't. Um, yeah, Luna, let it out. I got eyes in the back of my head, like my mom used to say. I see what you're doing over there. You can get a job at a grocery store if you're on the grocery worker. So the store gets a tax rate. Wow, that's interesting, Noah. Correct, round 85. Yeah, yeah. If he gets arrested and charged, he'll be on the registry. Yeah, like I saw that too. I got to check out that. I got to check out the stream where they interview the ex girlfriend. How long was the ex girlfriend interview? Does anybody know? Does anybody know how long the ex-girlfriend video was? Brett, that's correct. If he goes to jail, EDP is done. And I don't mean EDP is EDP. I mean, well, Alec, is the interview 15 minutes or is the whole thing 15 minutes? I just want to know how long the interview is. What's private now? The interview is? Fuck. I got to spend $3 to see it? Fuck that. I'm not going to spend $3 for them. They could go fuck themselves. No, I know the whole video, the original video. You're talking about, I'm talking about the ex-girlfriend says EDP has no real friends or family since his mom died. I mean, I don't know about that statement. I think Philippe's a good friend to him. He was, right? I think the ex-girlfriend, I don't know her, but look, Philippe's been a good friend. I mean, the closest guy to him was Philippe. I think the guy was telling the cameraman to move so he can get different shots so they could edit this. She said he lied about being a virgin. Wow. Well, who knows if that's real? She might have been trying to get her 20 minutes of fame. Spend $3 to watch private videos. I didn't know you can do that. Well, no, you got to go to their website. It wouldn't be on YouTube. It'd be on the website. They want you to watch on the website and join and be a member. Do you think he watched the video? I doubt it. He read, yeah. I don't need him to read shit. So fucking watch Chuck. The girlfriend also, they never had sex. No, I believe her because I think he told me they hadn't. So that's true. Yeah, Philippe taught him to drive is right, Super Ostrich. So I think what the girlfriend meant is the fact that someone did upload it. Okay, cool. I'm going to watch it. But so correct, Bullfrog. I think that what was I saying? Oh my fucking! I gotta lie down here. Okay, I will, RG. I think that what she meant was when his mom. He was very close with his mom. Wait, he interviewed timeout. Noah, you're telling me he interviewed both of them or just the ex-girlfriend? They were at one point, Hugh Jazz. I remember back in 2012, 2013, they were pretty close. Yeah, when in doubt, guys, jack off. Fuck women, man, as far as that goes. Thanks, Roundtree. Speaking of which, guys, I'm going to head out too. I'm going to lie down. My phone's about to die anyway. I appreciate you all being on the stream. And, I appreciate those who said they're going to subscribe. Thank you. A10, I doubt he did. And for those of you who donated, thank you. I didn't expect that, so I appreciate it. I don't care whether it was 99 cents or whatever. I appreciate that, guys. So, how do I save the stream, Lewis? Yeah, I think it's gonna upload. So yeah, you'll be able to see the stream in its entirety. Tampa, will I be on tomorrow? I'm gonna try to play my MLB The Show. A10, no problem, bro. Samuel Wool, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I'll buy a mic with it. Yeah. If I was in the game room, I'd have my mic. If I was on my fucking PlayStation, I'd have my mic. Yeah, Lewis, it'll be on there. The stream should be on there. Okay. And if you guys like the streams, come back, check out the streams when I stream video games. You're more than welcome. I try to answer all your questions and shit. I'm not a guy who's gonna, make you pay for me to answer your question. I'm not that guy. So if you guys want to donate, you're more than welcome. I appreciate it, but it's not mandatory. See you, Lewis. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, guys, and check out the streams when I stream. Okay. I appreciate all you, and you know, it's just a bad situation. So, where the fuck is? How do I end this motherfucker? Here we go. All right.